that this review is the CR529 OBD scan tool that is made by Launch. This is the C-Reader series. At the end of the first video where I'm in my car stumbling through trying to show you what's going on, there is a video that tells you how to do the update on the machine. Video is not incredibly long, but I hope to give good information in it, and I hope that you find it helpful. If you do, please leave me a comment. Hello everyone. Today I'm sitting in my car and I got out the Launch OBD scan tool. This is the CR529 series. I'm going to do my best to keep everything in focus here and have it so it works out. The only complaint that I have about this tool, it would be nice if the cord was 1 or 2 feet longer. It would make it easier to maneuver, and it would make it easier to check things if you have to stand at the engine compartment while you're looking at it. Let me turn on the ignition and then we will go through some of the buttons here and see what all this does. Excuse me while we get past the dings and dongs of the car itself. Diagnose is where the screen automatically starts. You have your emissions test, IM, data review, code lookup, which is new to this item. We have a print capability. You can store your data. Do not erase any codes. You can store the data inside the unit. Take it in the house or in your office to your computer. Plug it in and you can run through here and print a sheet of the data that the machine picks up. That gives your mechanic the ability to actually have written information in front of him instead of having to bounce back and forth between screens. As a business owner, it gives you the opportunity to give your customer a printout of exactly what you see in their car, and it makes it a lot easier to explain to someone, hey, you've got an oxygen sensor going bad, when you've got printed data to show an oxygen sensor is in fact going bad. Start with, we'll go with diagnose, press the OK key. Right now the machine is tying in and looking up all the information in the car. Those of you who have operated scan tools before already know how all of this works. This is the same thing in a different package. There are more items on this one than the other 2 OBD scan tools that I have, which makes this one right now my favorite go-to unit because it can give me so much more. Now I'm showing readiness not completed on 1 item, not supported on 3. This is a Hyundai Santa Fe 2008 model. And there are a great number of codes on this particular car that are not in this machine. They are Hyundai exclusive codes. Right now we have 0 trouble codes in the machine, which is very good. Read codes, we have no codes to read. Let's see if it shows me the last one that it had. Had a misfire on cylinder 3 a couple of weeks ago before we did the tune-up on the car. Okay, this vehicle has no fault codes. Let's go down. O2 sensor. Bank 1, sensor 1. Here is what we have showing. Low sensor voltage. Let's see what it has here. test value of a 0.299, minimum limit 299, maximum limit 299, status pass. So you can go through your components one at a time here, and it will give you the pass or fail. This is what that $10,000 computer is going to be looking for. Bank 1 sensor 2. And again, you can go through this and it will tell you pass or fail. As you can see, we have pass. Onboard diagnostics. This is our monitoring. I have a desire to do that for a moment. Let's see what we can do. Crank up the engine. Catalyst monitor bank 1, that's the bank 1. Everything here we've got going on is good. Evap monitors. I am not the greatest mechanic out here, but I can tell you that monitoring the evap and oxygen sensors and things of that nature are incredibly important, and you can watch when you're getting close to your limits. Replacing a monitor or an evap system valve, cleaning the system is a lot easier to do when you find out something's going on than it is to wait until it shuts your engine down. Vehicle info, which is good because it will tell you the vehicle identification number, your calibration ID, and your calibration verification numbers. These are actually important pieces of information. If you're running a shop and you do emissions, exhaust repair, things of that nature, this information is definitely good to have, because using that will allow you to know what type of system was there and what you are actually allowed to put in place of it. Oh, no. Okay, we will skip all of that. Data review. Review the trouble codes. You can delete trouble code data, delete data stream, delete freeze frame. The freeze frame function on here allows you to, as you're doing a diagnostic check, freeze at any position during that check so that you know exactly what you are looking at, and it makes it easier to look up the codes, look up information, or fine-tune the engine or exhaust systems. Monitoring at the moment. Let's check out view graphic items. Engine coolant temperature. Alright, as you push the OK button, it gives you this. I will also go to engine RPM. I have given 2 points to keep track of. The red line is my engine temperature. I am looking at 150 degrees engine temperature, 750 to 775 engine RPM, up and down a little bit. Raise my engine RPM a little bit here and see what happens. If you have what is called a pogo stick, you can set it against the accelerator and adjust it down to give an absolute RPM. Idle RPMs are never very steady. The red line you see here coming up and going across, the new reading, we now have a 156 degree engine coolant temperature. Last week when I had my other unit plugged in, engine misfire, this line that you see on the bottom with the engine RPM was spiking high and low continuously during that test. Vehicle speed. If you wish, during the live testing here, you can check the speedometer against actual speed according to the computers here. Ignition timing, absolute throttle position. Select items. One other thing I wanted to look at. I have not yet seen battery or electrical voltage. We have engine RPM, vehicle speed, ignition timing, intake air temperature. For those of you who are doing tune-ups, that's a very good piece of information to have. Time since engine start, that's going to tell you how long your engine's been running for this particular test. Number of warm-ups since codes have been cleared. Distance traveled since the codes have been cleared. I do hope that all this is coming through and that my camera is actually catching it. There is a tremendous amount of information available on this machine. Like I said, the only thing I have not seen was voltage testing. But then I've got 9 or 10 different voltmeters and setups for testing batteries, alternators, and things of that nature. It would just be cool to see one in here. Anyhow, the Launch 529, CR529, CR being C reader, code reader, whatever you want to call it. It's a nice little device to have. No, this is not the $1,000 machine, but this is not a $1,000 machine. For $60 or $70, whatever the price may be at the time, this is a fantastic tool to have. But then, that's my opinion. I'm not a professional mechanic, and I don't own $1 million garage. I hope this information helps a few people. One thing that I do want to say at the end, In the instruction sheet that comes with this, you have the ability to go to their website and do an update on the tool. Go to the launch website. I don't remember specifically what it was, but in the instructions you'll see that. Just go to the basic website, look up the products, find the 529 product on the page. At the bottom of that page, it will have a button there that you can click on, Tool Update. You plug in a USB micro cable here, or USB mini rather. They send the cable with this, so you've got what you need to do it with. Plug the other end into your computer, run the execute file. It will turn the machine on operating through your computer. You can go through it, do the updates, make sure everything about your card reader is up to date, all the newest information, and you're ready to go. This is a very good diagnostic tool to have. I thank you for putting up with my inability to make a good video. I hope this helps some of you. Good afternoon, everyone. Just for the sake of argument, I'm going to say that everybody that has purchased a decent scan tool actually knows the basics of how to use it. Launch Systems has come out with the new 529. I like this unit a lot, and it will do everything a lot of the much higher priced units will do. But before we go anywhere else with it, I want to point something out to you. These units have updates available, and the instructions that come with the system, the website it tells you to go to for the update is not accurate. I don't know what happened. Somebody did a misprint or something, but the website they tell you to go to is not the one you need to be on. See, there is a website you need to be on, x431.com. It's seen at weird angles. When you get to the website, you'll see on the top line here, Home, Product, News, Video Center, Data Center, right on across. If you click on Products, it will give you the list of what they have that's for sale. Scroll down and you will find. Here's a picture of the 319. I have that one also. It's another very handy piece of equipment to be able to use. And here we have it, the CR529. Tap on that and it will bring you to the product page for that particular tester. Tells you what the tester can do and other things about it. If you scroll up, you'll see Update Tools. Over here, we just got a drop down and execute file that tells me that there is a special program used for this purpose. The file that downloads is C-Reader Update Execute. Oh, come on. I've already had this installed, so we will do as a repair reinstall. That way you see what you actually have to go through to make this happen. It does take a couple of minutes. Go away notification, go away download box. Let's get back into this. some of the advantages of this reader. You have the LCD screen. Okay, maintenance complete. Let's see what we got going on here. You've got the 2.8 LCD screen, which is a good size. It's easy to read. OBD. Once you have installed the scan tool programming from the website, excuse me, it's actually titled C-Reader Series Update. We double click on this to open it. Okay, USB cable that came with the device. Plug that in. It will turn on your device, automatically find the serial number, and you'll press update and it will start going through, check everything for you, make sure that you have the latest software. Gives you two different types of software to upgrade to. Down at the bottom you'll click update, or upgrade rather, and it will go through and completely upgrade your machine so that you are running the latest version of all information available. When that finishes, in the top here you click the X, then unplug your unit. If you unplug the unit before you close the program, it is possible to corrupt the information that you put in it. The whole process seems like it takes a long time, but it's actually about 5 minutes. Upgrade success. We tell this OK. Here you can see on the face of the machine it has taken us to its home page. That indicates everything is good. As I said, quit the program here. Let it close out before you unplug your unit. And that way you have safely installed and stored all of the updates for this particular device. C-Reader and Launch are very good pieces of equipment. So that shows you the update process. Thanks for putting up with me.